If tea is what you crave today, then show some love and sub today. You won't be sorry, hurry, go. Give thumbs up to the Scorpion Show. Kevin yells cause he can hear. Mikkel whispers, I don't live here. In that room where my boys glow, make sure you watch the Scorpion Show. Make sure you watch the Scorpion Show. Scorpion Show.
Just press record. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We just got finished doing our review for Rihanna's Loud concert. So if you missed that, click on this screen and you'll be able to watch that video before you get into this one, if you're interested in watching that video. Can I just say, before we get into this video, the heat has just been fucking crazy for the past week. Past 2 weeks. Yeah. It's been like high 90s, over 100 degrees. It's too damn hot. It was so hot that the doorknob was just burnt. Not burnt, but it was just hot.
Y'all need a new damn door, that's all.
It was hot. I'm going outside feeling like I'm in a goddamn desert. Oh my God, you know how you take a shower, you go outside and feel like you have to take another one? Mm-hmm. That's how I was feeling. You know, if you have elderly neighbors, please check on them. Because some people, it was on Philly News that, you know, a man was found in his house with no fan on, no windows open, no air conditioning. Please.
It's funny. I'm not laughing at that. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing at, because I just came from church. So before I left church, I said goodbye to my girlfriend, Mother Rivers. You know?
Yes.
Mind you, today in church, it was worse. She was sitting 2 rows in front of me, and she was sitting like this. And the lady sitting next to her kept trying to fan her to wake her up, because she might tap her, so she trying to fan her. So today when I was leaving, I went to go say bye to her and give her a kiss. So she gonna say, I said, how you bearing with this heat? She gonna say, I'm looking for 2 things. Mind you, she was taking off her stockings while in church, getting ready to leave. She gonna say, I'm looking for 2 things: the keys to my car and the keys to my house, because I'm going straight under that air. I was looking at her like, girl, you was in here knocked out. Knocked out. I mean, she was.
Mother Rivers, he got this video on Twitter video. I need to find the link and put it on. She was knocked the hell out.
Mind you, 93 years old, okay? And she was just knocked out in church. Gonna tell me she looking for 2 things: her keys to her car and the keys to her house.
She drive good for 93?
I guess she do. She get to church every damn Sunday.
All right, I know that's right.
Oh, okay. And be dressed to a T. So yeah, she got
Sunday's
it. Her Sunday's best with the hat on, so she got to drive good. She get there. But anyway, I just had to.
Yes, and I know that he has just been crazy all over. But do what you gotta do. Drink water. Stay in the house. Do not go outside unless you really, really have to. And a lot of y'all go to work, I assume.
If you find that video,
I'm gonna find it. It's on Twitter video.
Yes, find the Twitter. Imagine the opening of the video.
She was. And then
had the nerve
to
to ask me when she woke up, am I sleepy? Am I sleepy?
Yeah, if Mother's River sleeping every weekend, the pastor ain't doing something.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. No, the pastor be past preacher. She just, I guess it's the
She not say, I did 93 years in church,
I did 93 years in church. I deserve a quick cat nap. Wake up!
Shout out to Mother Rivers.
To Mother Rivers.
Yes.
Motherfucking Rivers. Okay.
Let's get into the video. Chris Brown news. Chris Brown is going on tour. Chris Brown hasn't released the dates. He refused to say who's going to be on the tour. But one thing he did say,
it will be affordable.
It will be affordable. So I'm expecting $10 to $100 tickets for this concert, you know. But I'm going to have front row. The reason why I'm getting front row is not only because it's Chris Brown, But Kelly Rowland is to be his opening act, according to omkelly.com. She's going on tour with him. And that seems like that would be a really great tour. So I look forward to seeing Kelly and Chris Brown coming to a city near you. I'll be seeing them in Philly. It should be fun. You know, Chris Brown has been through a whole lot. And I'm just so happy to see that he's rising. And, you know, a lot of celebrities are showing him love and encouraging him. I seen Jill Scott tweeted him yesterday. You know, saying she tweeted one of the lyrics from A Long Walk.
Yeah.
But you put your good
saints.
We ain't the same. We are a sinner. But you put your good foot down and make it so winner. So she tweeted him that, and she tweeted him some other stuff. So shout out to Chris Brown. Now we do gotta talk about some sad news. Now I wasn't too informed on it, but I was watching CNN yesterday because I was looking for them to talk about Amy Winehouse, but they was talking about there were some shootings and bombings in Norway. Can you tell us more about what happened?
Well, I don't know too much about what happened because I haven't been looking at the news that thoroughly over the past weekend, because since I've been coming home for the past few days from work, I've been going straight to sleep. Because if anybody knows me personally, they know that me and the heat don't really mix too well, so it just puts me right to sleep. And the sad thing is I be at work like this, like trying to stay awake. That's why I'm always on Twitter at work, because I be trying to stay awake. But anyway, I don't know too much about it, but what I do know is that there was a bombing and that there was a shooter, and the person who was involved in this was caught. I don't know if they were caught and killed or just caught and arrested, but they were caught. I think I heard that there was like over 90 people who were killed. It's sad because, you know, these people who are involved in this terrorist stuff, I don't think I'll ever understand, nor do I think I want to ever understand the purpose of why people do what they do, the points that they try to make. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, you know, I said a little prayer for those people yesterday morning when I woke up, when I was reading more about it. I just had to say a prayer because I was just like, Lord, this country, we've been through enough, you know, with attacks and, you know, terrorism. So I said a little prayer for the people over in Norway, and I was urging my followers on Twitter to do the same thing, and continue to pray for them, because, you know, it doesn't matter if it's one person or 103 people. Just a life lost, you know, due to terrorism is bad enough. So my heart goes out to those people and their families.
I just don't get about another thing that was going on is that they said the media was blaming Muslims through this, and it wasn't even a Muslim. It was just some random guy. Well, two people, but I don't know how two people could do all of that. You know how you go along doing that. And I do think that the media owes the Muslim community an apology for, you know, just putting this on them. And I really feel bad for the Muslims because they go through so much, you know. And it's not even regular Muslims. It's the terrorists. What were they calling them?
I didn't
just terrorists. Let's just call them terrorists. I feel bad for them. So I do think they owe them an apology.
I will have to disagree with you on the two people thing, because the two people can do a lot. I mean, look what happened to Columbine. That was two people who did that to Columbine High School, killed all those people in that high school. You know, so I mean, one person could carry out that if he executed it the right way. You see what I'm saying? No telling how long those two people were planning it. It's not like they just got up and said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. They probably planned it for long. Look at the people at 9/11. They were living in this country for a good 10 years, planning, learning how to fly our planes before they actually attacked us. So these people, they don't just get up and say, well, this is what we're gonna do. They think it out. And that's why it happens. I hate to say it, but that's why the execution is so good, because of the fact that they plan it out so well. Which is unfortunate, because you would think, why would you want to kill innocent people? Like, these people don't have anything to do with your beliefs, but it's because they feel that the government or the world is going a certain way that they don't like. So it's a mess, and it's sickening. It's sickening.
Now, yesterday, also in the news, was the death of Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse was 27 years old. When I woke up, I went on Twitter and I seen, you know, somebody say Amy Winehouse died. You know how Twitter kills everybody, so I was like, it's not true.
You know, Twitter killed me one day.
Really?
Yeah, it did. They did for about 2 minutes, and I was so happy when somebody said, "No, he's alive." I was like, "Yeah, I'm right here.
That's a mess.
I'm right here." They said, "No, this isn't really him." I posted a picture of Beyonce. They said, "Oh yeah, that's him."
Oh God, stop it. So, what? I don't know. She outside. So yes, so I get a phone call saying, "Oh my God, Kevin, did you hear Amy Winehouse died?"
I don't live here.
And I said, "Oh God,
I don't live
please." So I goes on Twitter, everybody saying that it's true. But you know what? I did not feel the sadness that a lot of the celebrities were tweeting yesterday. It's like this was bound to happen. That this was a day that you didn't want to come, but you felt that it was going to come if she continued to go down the road that she was going down. And, I kind of fought her because, you know what drugs do to your body, you know what goes on, and even though you're addicted, this is what you want. I'm not saying you can easily say no, but a lot of people try to help her, and I guess, they just let her do her. But I don't feel bad that she's dead. I know that sounds so weird.
Well, how do we know that a lot of people tried to help her?
She had a family. They was trying to get her to go into rehab, and she wouldn't. I guess that
these were the same people who were letting her get on stage and perform. So if she wasn't well enough to get on stage and perform, how do we know that they were helping her to not? Because if I know that you are not stable enough to get up there and do what it is
I
that
wouldn't
you
let her perform.
I would let you perform. So I mean, how do we know that they were actually trying to help her? Because there's no way that I would let you get in front of a camera if you're drunk as hell. I mean, you have been tipsy sometimes, but I mean overly drunk or overly high on something, whereas because it's not a good look for you or for me. So I can't believe that these people. I think it was people who were trying to help her, but I don't think it was the people who were directly.
No, but you know what though? No matter how hard you might want to help somebody, ultimately that person has to want the help.
That's true.
Or have to want to go.
But don't think I'm going to help and support you if you're still getting high and drunk and you want to get on stage and perform, because I'm not going to be there with you, because then you know what happens? The same thing that happened to her the last time she performed. She got booed because she forgot her words. Well, sometimes these people pass out on stage due to being high or to being drunk. I don't want to be there with you when that happens, because I told you that you need to go get help and you didn't listen to me. So basically, if I'm there with you while you're like this, then that basically, to the people on the outside, looks like, oh, well, you support that. No, I don't support that.
Because if I was the record label, I would drop her. Now, family, you can't just disown your family. You can't.
No, you can't do that.
Like, no matter how many times, you still must try. And you just can't say, oh, fuck it, because you don't want to see your own family member die from drugs. So I can only imagine what her family is going through. But it's just like for someone that's not family, and you see that go on, it's like one day this is going to happen. And, no matter how much we didn't want her to be on drugs, and we wanted new music, we wanted her to get herself together, her story just ended just horribly. It's just a. I do look at lives as stories, and her story, it just had a tragic ending, and this all could have been prevented if she would have got the help that she should have gotten. Like, if she would have just got herself into rehab and become clean, and she could still make the great music, but why do you have to get on drugs? It makes me think, like, why do people, like, you see the ugly things that drugs do. What makes you say, okay, I'll just try it? Like, I can't never do it. Now, I'm not. Now here we go with the contradiction. Marijuana, it's not my thing to do. It makes me very, very paranoid. But when I look at what crack has done and what cocaine has done in my community, I don't give a fuck. If you say, oh, Kevin, try it, you will never get me to try that. Because I might try it and might like it, and then I'll just go down a path of destruction. I've seen someone in my neighborhood that I grew up with, mess around with the wrong people, got on drugs, and it's a mess. And he was so talented. And no matter how many times I said something to him, it's not going to work, because he has to want the help. Not,
But you know what?
This is sad.
To the part where you said about people, how do people look at stuff with people on drugs and not, like how we all know. But some people block that out. Some people block that out. Just like some people who when we were in high school, I'm sure they did it at your high school too. You had people come over and over again. They had special assemblies over and over again where they would tell you, this is what happens, don't do drugs. And not only that, but if you're going to be sexually active, use a condom. What happened? You got people leaving that auditorium as if it went in one ear and out the other, and they go and start having sex without a condom and stuff. It's like some people tune all that out. They tune it out because it's like that's not what they want to hear. And a lot of people say, oh, that ain't going to happen to me. What I look like getting an STD? Or what I look like getting on? That ain't going to happen to me. I'm not that type of person. And they don't think that, yeah, it can happen to you. It can happen to you. And so, people like Amy Winehouse probably figured, oh, well, I'm going to be able to control this. I know how to do it, little by little. I ain't going to overdose on it. And now look. Not only did she overdose, but now look at her. She's laying in somebody's cemetery now. Or somebody's morgue until they put her in somebody's cemetery.
So sad.
It's sad. Some people don't really. A lot of people, when certain situations, feel as though it can't happen to them. It can't. Just like some people, good on the flip side, some people feel as though a lot of good things can't happen to them because they're so used to a lot of bad things happening to them. But somebody can come up to them and say, well, this is gonna happen. The breakthrough's gonna come for you. Oh no, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because all my life I've been having all these struggles. Ain't nothing good gonna happen to me. You see what I'm saying? And then when it does happen, they can't believe it. They can't believe they're in shock. And I think that's how it is with some people.
Wake up someplace else and not wake up at home.
And not wake up at home. Yeah. So I think with Amy Winehouse, she probably was one of those people that didn't believe that it could happen to her because she was so talented and she knew of the talent that she had, and so therefore she wasn't going to let that happen. She wasn't going to let herself go down that path. But it happened. And wasn't her husband still in jail?
I think
so. Because remember she was like going back and forth and seeing him.
Stuff with him and giving him drugs. It was just
I mean, it's
hot mess.
sad.
But I hope this is a wake up call to a lot of those celebrities that are on drugs or are trying to get off, and they don't want the result to be death. I hope that they look at her now as an example, especially Lindsay Lohan and Whitney Houston too, and Trent. Well, he's no longer part of that website.
Not bothering Whitney?
No, we're not bothering her. But he made a good point that he hopes that Whitney leaves the music, the acting, all of that alone, and get herself together first before she does anything.
Well, isn't that what she's doing now?
Well, yeah.
Because I heard she checked herself.
Yeah, but she's the outpatient. She's not inpatient.
Well, maybe her situation now isn't as serious as the media made it out to be.
Yeah, I would hate to see Whitney's story end up like that too.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. And it's not even just drugs. It could be alcohol too. But you have to want to do it for yourself. Nobody can force you to do something. You have to want to do it too.
Yeah.
You gotta move on from that situation.
Okay.
But it's just so sad. You want to talk about Charlemagne and Lil Mama?
Yes, let's talk about Charlemagne and Little Mama. Okay. So Charlemagne, Little Mama was on. She was a guest on the Breakfast Club that's in New York City with Charlemagne and two other DJs with whom I don't know the names.
Angela Yee and somebody else.
There you go. So Little Mama was the guest on that show, and so she was there promoting
nothing.
Little Mama. So she was promoting herself. Well, I guess I don't know, but she was a guest. And so, Charlemagne, who is basically, the star or the head DJ of the show, was telling Little Mama that, look, you do a lot of this talking about Nicki Minaj when you get on red carpets and you diss her and you say this about her and you say that about her. But Nicki Minaj is actually doing her thing. She's making her money. She's got her music out. He told her, what you need to start doing is stop focusing on Nicki Minaj and all these other people and start focusing on your own stuff. And if you are going to focus on her, then you need to put it down on paper and make songs about it instead of talking about it. Because he said, nobody wants to hear you talk about it. We want to hear you rap about it because that's what you profess to be, is this rapper. And Little Mama told him, well, I got all this music out. And Charlemagne said, well, where is it? Where is it? And that was the $1 million question, too, because I wanted to know where was it at, too. So she got all this music out. Then, hold on. Then Charlemagne asked the $2 million question, The $1 million question was, where was her music? The $2 million question was, when's the last time you went to a club and had somebody ask to play a Little Mama's song at the club? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, Mikkel, see?
No.
My thing is, it's not what you
Kevin
say.
didn't like the way.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
It's how he said
Now,
it.
you see how Mikkel made it seem so peaches and cream?
No.
It was, he went in on Little Mama from the beginning.
Yeah, he did. Now, let me tell you
Starting
something.
with her
I don't want
looks.
anybody to think that I'm condoning what he said about her looks. Because her looks, that was rude and ignorant. And I do personally think that Charlemagne should apologize. He told her...
That she looks like a man.
She told her he looks like a man. If her face was the Bible, it would be the Old Testament. That's not right.
Well, who the fuck is he?
Yeah, because he's ugly himself.
What the fuck do he look like?
A mess. He looks a mess. And this is my thing. Charlemagne, first of all, if you were going to talk about her work, you should have kept it on her work. He shouldn't have critiqued her looks because that was uncalled for. Now, they said that, you know, a lot of people were saying that Charlemagne should apologize. I think he should apologize too. But knowing Charlemagne's character and his attitude, he's not going to apologize. Why he's not going to apologize? Because for the simple fact what Little Mama said to him into his face. She said, I know you and I know what you like to do. You tell these jokes and you get paid to tell these jokes. Now, as I'm not sitting here making excuses for Charlemagne, but at the end of the day, that's what he gets paid to do, is make those ignorant jokes like that.
But if you want people to come on your show, you can't be ignorant. Now there's a right way to ask the question, and there's a wrong way.
Of course,
Charlemagne,
say that
85% of the time, he likes to go the wrong way. So why do these guys go on the show and then get upset is beyond me. But the way he just came at her, I did not. First of all, mind you, this is the first time they talked about Charlemagne's show in a long time. Because nobody really talked about the Breakfast Club. But him going in on her like that, he knew she was weak. And he took advantage of a weak person.
He did.
But let's see if Jay-Z came on his show.
He wouldn't do. That's
or
why
Kanye came on.
That's why I said Charlemagne knows who to say that to, because he wouldn't say that to certain people. Charlemagne saw that she was weak, and he passed on that. He attacked her. Now, like I said, I'll say this again. I was not defending Charlemagne about the whole what he was saying about her looks, because that was uncalled for, and it was not. He didn't have to say that to her.
But you know what though?
But at the same time, Charlemagne said to Little Mama what everybody is saying. Little Mama, the way you talk as if you are the cherry on top of the pie. Little Mama, you don't have room to talk about anybody, especially somebody who is actually making music, putting the pen to the paper, and making money off of it. Little Mama, you get on all these shows and you talk about this rapper and that rapper, but you don't have nothing out there for yourself.
Not even that. He went on too much about the Jay-Z and Alicia Keys thing. That was so fucking long ago. It did not hurt her career. She didn't get fired off
What
the
career?
Look, she got some. Look, she had the little song. You know, so far she's a one-hit wonder. No, she not. Shorty Get Loose. She had lip gloss. You know, then she just went on to TV with America's Best Dance Crew. You know, then she got that. But now she's like undecided on what she wants to do with music. You know, her mother done passed. She's going through a lot. But even though she's going through a lot, it shouldn't mean that. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can go around criticizing people.
Yes.
Now that was fine. That was fine. But what didn't sit well with me is that when he was asking her about Nicki Minaj, she should have just went on and said what. You know, answer the question the right way. If you think that Nicki Minaj is stealing from you, say why she's stealing from you. Don't get all quiet and not say anything.
But instead, she threw that subliminal diss. Did you hear that subliminal diss she did when the girl said to her, "Oh, that's another jab or another stab at Nicki," and she said, "No, that's a gunshot."
Ooh.
Yeah, watch it. You have to watch it again. Little Mama was throwing all these subliminals when Charlemagne was sitting there telling her throughout the interview, "You need to stop dissing Nicki and start. If you're gonna diss Nicki, do it during the rap. Don't just talk about it, but be about it." But again, like the girl said, she said, "Oh, was that another diss?" Because I think it was in.
But the other girl, you know what? To me, that girl, she should have had a little bit more compassion. Her being a woman, her, sitting there seeing Little Mama talk about some stuff, it felt like she was just, her and the other guy, it felt like, you know how you in high school, you have the bully and then you have the friends?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it was. And it was like, as a woman, you should know that she's talking about her mother that passed. You know, she done went through a whole lot. it was like it was no compassion for her at all, and she started breaking down and crying. I don't think she was crying because of what he said.
No,
because she was going back at him too. But you know, it felt like if you're gonna he called it an intervention. That was not an intervention. You don't intervene on anyone like that. It was just, let's read, let's have fun, let's attack her. She's weak. It's just sad.
But you know what's so funny to me? You know what I find? Because you know what? As much as I want to be on Little Mama's side, I just can't find myself to be on her side when it comes to the part where she couldn't stand up for herself. Because Little Mama had and she still does have so much to say about certain rap artists. But then when the tables were now turned on her and the stuff wasn't said behind her back or on the radio when she wasn't there, the stuff was said to her face while she was sitting there. The stuff was said, he told her point blank, period. Little Mama, nobody is checking for you or your music. That was the gospel truth. I don't hear nobody asking, when is Little Mama coming out with a new album? Hell, when she performed in her own city, in New York City, the people booed her off the stage.
Are you serious?
In Brooklyn, the video's on YouTube. She was in her own city and they booed her. Nobody is checking for her anymore. Why? Like Charlemagne said, you may say it's old, it is old, but at the end of the day, nobody wants you to jump on stage with people like Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. And then, especially somebody like you, Little Mama, you can't do that and think that, 2 years later, people ain't going to forget about that, because they're going to remember it. Regardless if it's old or not. I agree with you, it is old, but at the end of the day, Little Mama jumped on that stage as if she was the baddest thing on earth, as if she could hold her own with people like Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. And at the end of the day, you can't, Little Mama. You still have not yet.
She hasn't proved it yet.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's what I was just about to say. She still has not yet proved herself to the industry. And that, I think, is evil, because I don't particularly care for Charlemagne. As evil as Charlemagne was, that to me was the point that he was trying to make to her, is that you have not proved yourself yet. So instead of you going out here and trying to diss all these people who have proved themselves, because Little Mama was out before Nicki Minaj. Mm-hmm. And look at Nicki Minaj and look at Little fucking Mamas with an S. Okay? Moving along. Moving along.
The VMA nominations came out the other day, and Katy Perry has 9 VMA nominations. Kanye West and Adele, they all are like the top 3 nominations.
And Beyonce.
No, Beyonce isn't.
No, Beyonce has 3 nominations too.
3 nominations, but
what I'm saying is they're all tied. Isn't Kanye? Adele?
They got like 6 nominations.
Oh, I thought
Adele got like 7 nominations.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I think Kanye and Adele has like 7.
I'm sorry. But what I do know is that Lady Gaga don't have none.
I know, and that's what this is going to lead me to my thing. Something, something ain't right between MTV and Lady Gaga.
Whoa! Why not?
Listen.
They honored her ass last year, didn't they?
No. With these nominations,
now something ain't right.
Listen, something the fuck ain't right. I don't know what's going on, but the VMAs this year are set up for Katy Perry to win. And how do I know? Because at 11 o'clock, I changed it to MTV, and guess who I seen on MTV before the nominations came out? Sway and Katy Perry. And what's the first thing that Sway said to her before we seen the nominations? Girl, you are nominated for 9 VMAs. And Katy Perry, what? Who, me? Oh my God, I'm so shocked. Bitch, please. The VMAs are set up for her to win. Now,
but wait a minute. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Why is it okay? I'm not going to sit here and say.
And I'm not saying she's not deserving of the nomination.
I'm not going to sit here and say that she is or that she isn't, because I don't pay too much attention to her. But why is it a problem that they're set up for her to win when it wasn't a problem last year when Lady Gaga was nominated for all those awards?
It wasn't.
I didn't hear anybody. I'm not finished. I didn't hear anybody say anything. I didn't hear anybody cry, "Whoa, the VMAs is set up for Lady Gaga to win." No. Everybody was ecstatic for her being nominated.
Everybody
so why is it a problem that Katy Perry's nominated?
No. Listen, this is how I know it's a setup. We've never seen a televised VMA nominations. We always found out through going on the computer.
Okay.
When we find out what's going on, why is MTV there with Katy Perry and having her face on the television instead of just saying, these are the nominations? You don't need Katy Perry there to say, oh, you've been nominated for 9 VMAs. But to have a little 2-minute clip of Sway having Katy Perry on there before the nominees come out, that you're nominated for 9 VMAs, it makes it look like it's set up for her to win everything. Now there's no problem with Lady Gaga being nominated last year. She was up against Katy Perry, And then the year before that, it was Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and Taylor Swift. They had the most nominations. But the real tie was, I think the tie was between Beyonce and Lady Gaga. They tried to make it Beyonce versus Lady Gaga. But this year, it's like Adele came up in there with those nominations, but it's like the video isn't, to me, it's not that great. You know, Adele was sitting in a chair, but you know, you had the glass breaking and shit. You had cups vibrating to the music, but to me, that's like, okay, you know. And then it was a lot of nominations that was like, okay. So it's like, I'm not even interested in the nominations. I'm not interested in who wins. I want to know who's performing on the show.
Me too, but I'm just trying to go back to the point that you're trying to make. Because I don't see it being a problem that MTV had Katy Perry sitting right there. I mean, okay, they had her sitting right there because she's nominated, for the most? So they invited her to come because they knew she was going to be nominated for the most.
But why, like, if you're going to invite her, like...
Why? But what's the problem?
It's whack because it makes it seem like it's set up for her to win.
Wait a minute. How does it make it seem like it's set up for her to win when this is just the nominations?
So what? But she's there on TV. And
so what? Okay, so what if it was the other way around? No. Let me just ask you this. If we were nominated for 9 awards, somebody said, okay, well, we're going to invite y'all to come because y'all nominated for 9. Doesn't mean y'all going to win all 9, but y'all have the most nominations. We want y'all to come. Does it look like we're set up?
We're going to win. Because our faces are plastered right there. Bam. Oh, they got 9 nominations.
That doesn't mean you're going to win. Come on. I think it's...
Not Lady Gaga. Katy Perry is going to end up winning the top nominations. She is not up against...
So are you saying that she doesn't deserve it?
Who? Oh, she definitely deserves it.
So then why are we having this discussion?
Listen. It's set up for her to win.
So why?
Listen, in the main categories, she doesn't have Lady Gaga in them. And a lot of the categories, the fans vote for. Ain't nobody going to be voting for no goddamn Adele. They're going to vote for Katy Perry.
Answer this question. If Katy Perry has the most nominations, if MTV if you say that MTV wants her to win, and if you feel as though Katy Perry is going to win because she's deserving of it, then what's the problem?
August 28th, Katy Perry is going to win all the nominations.
But what's the
point?
What's the problem?
What's the problem
that you have?
It's that it's not set. It's set up for her to win. That's the problem.
But you just said that she's deserving of it. So then what's the problem?
Listen. The problem is she's not up against tough competition.
Oh, come. You know what?
She's not.
Oh, why? Because Lady Gaga's not nominated?
Hey.
Is that what it is?
Hey.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
You can always. Let me tell you something, Kevin. I was born at night.
But wait a minute.
I can always tell when there's underlying shade. And that was underlying shade.
Now here is some more. Why isn't Rihanna nominated?
Yeah, that's a very good question. She should be nominated.
She should be nominated. She came out with like 5 videos. MTV never nominates Rihanna, but they damn sure don't mind having her on the show. So what is the motherfucking tea? I want to know what's the tea on why why Adele took Lady Gaga nominations. What's the tea on MTV putting that story that Lady Gaga fans are attacking Adele about her weight?
Oh my God, Lady Gaga must be paying you extra.
No,
because you're going hard.
I want to know what is the tea, MTV. I'm saying it because I see something is going on. I'm not looking
too deep.
And if I am looking too deep, it's because I see it and I'm saying what I see.
Because I don't understand why is it a problem that
MTV
they had that for Katy Perry.
MTV does not. MTV does not have to broadcast that.
But they did.
But why they? And then why aren't they broadcasting? Oh, Beyonce fans coming at Adele. Why have to be Gaga fans? Why couldn't just be Adele is being attacked by people on Twitter? Why had to just be Gaga fans?
But wait a minute. But nobody said. But wait a minute. But you shouldn't do that because MTV didn't say anything about Gaga's fans attacking Katy Perry either. So I think you should count your blessings. They didn't do that. No, she did. They did a few weeks ago.
You know what, people?
Let
me tell you something.
Everybody, you know what? Did you mention that?
Everybody attacks. The only people that don't attack are Janet stands on Twitter. Okay, everybody else just attack.
Next year,
and Beyonce got the worst.
Next year, if Gaga is in the same position that Katy Perry is in this year, I want to hear you have the same gripe.
Hey.
Oh, how come y'all invite? But we know that ain't going to happen.
But come on, now,
we all know that's not going to happen.
Last year,
don't we all know that? Oh, okay.
Last last year, was it a big surprise that we didn't think Lady Gaga was going to win all those awards? Are you serious?
No, but wait, it wasn't a surprise either that she was nominated either, and we didn't have a problem with it because she was deserving of those nominations. That's why I don't understand why is it a problem if Katy Perry's deserving of the nominations if MTV said, you know what, you have the most, so we're going to invite you.
No, invite to what?
To the nomination ceremony.
It wasn't even a ceremony.
But whatever it was. Why are you looking so into it? You know what? You need a real hobby. Stop playing video games.
No.
Because you are just looking way too deep into it.
No, okay. Some people might say that.
You are.
Some people might say it. But when I see the truth, I speak it.
But you know what? I wouldn't say that you were looking deep into it if you didn't agree that she wasn't deserving. But you said she is deserving. So that's why I don't understand why you have a problem.
My thing is, bitch, just put the nominations on the website. Don't have her face plastered. Ooh, now bitch, you can plaster her face saying she got 9 nominations, but why she got the fuck to be there?
If it was Lady Gaga, would you have the same gripe?
I would say it's set up for Lady Gaga to win. Last year it was set up for her ass to win.
But I don't remember last year you having this speech.
Hey, I was happy for her because I knew.
Of course you were. But now she's not nominated, so you upset.
Girl, I'm a stand. What the fuck? Gaga, I want my check after this video.
Okay, because you owe him big time.
Okay.
You don't owe me shit.
Hey Beyonce. Now Beyonce, girl, let me tell you one more thing. You was a non-fucking factor. Gonna give Todrick Hall a shout out and not this bullshit that been doing you for 3 years. 3 long years. All right, that's it.
That's all right.
But shout out to Todrick because that video of In the Time of him in Target. That was really, really hot.
And shout out to him for dealing with the haters who were attacking him after Beyonce came out with the video. Because you notice they didn't say anything before that. But once she said something, that's when everybody had a problem with the video. Todrick,
you know what's so shady?
It's so sad though. It's so
you know
shady.
what's so shady? People be like, oh well, we need to do a video so Beyonce can shout us out. Like, girl, sit down.
But see, the thing is, that wasn't his intention, was to get shout out by Beyonce. If you notice, he's done videos like that in the past, different things. And it was funny because, I'm friends with him, and so he texted me the day that he released it to the internet. He texted me and he said that when he was...
Is it still raining outside? It shouldn't be. Oh, it'll stop.
Oh, it is still raining too. The thing, he texted me and he said, he hopes that his video gets a lot of views. It wasn't he hopes that Beyonce sees it and he hopes that it gets a lot of views because he wanted a lot of people to see it. So his mindset wasn't in that, I hope I get a shout out from Beyonce. It's people can be so shady. So shady for no reason. For no reason. Just, if you didn't like his video, fine, you didn't like it. But don't get on the internet and start saying, he's a bottom. And half of y'all bottoms too. How could it's like the pot calling the kettle black? I saw a few people saying that about him. I was like, but you're
that's a shame.
Bottom too. So why are you saying that about him? Like it doesn't add
with
up.
Todrick, you're welcome to come on the Scorpion show.
Yes, you are.
Is he still in the running on Glee?
I don't know, but I have to call him and ask him because he's trying his darndest to be on Glee, and he deserves it.
So speaking of Beyonce, Kelly Rowland. New CD.
Speaking of Beyonce, don't do it. She has nothing to do with that.
Speaking of Beyonce, hey, now look.
Let me ask you a question.
Why are you stepping on the box like that?
Do you see us recording? Cat got your tongue? Do you see us recording? Yes or no? Then why are y'all yelling?
Thank you, Mikkel. I don't live here.
I don't.
Kelly Rowland new CD, Here I Am, comes out this Tuesday. Now I'm hearing Kelly got a lot of stuff. I can't do it. I can't.
What?
I just can't. You know what? I have to say it.
What?
I am very, very disappointed with the promotional trail for Kelly because it's not like it's set up like X, Y, and Z. It's like every day something new comes out. Like, she's going to be on here, she's going to be on there. But this shit should have all been set up at the beginning of the month where you can check for Kelly. I heard she's doing an album signing in New York somewhere. But all of this should have been done where people can be prepared to do a lot of stuff. But anyway, the album comes out this Tuesday. You can either get the standard edition or the deluxe edition. I got a chance to listen to the album. And I will do a review for the album on this Tuesday. Did you get a chance to listen to it at all?
No, but I had a few people. I asked a few. I'm going to get the album. I asked a few people about it, And a few, which was surprising to me, is because a lot of people liked the album, but then there were some people who weren't too impressed with it. But I noticed that the people who weren't impressed with it all said the same thing, and they don't know each other. The first person who said this to me was one of my friends on Skype, and he said, it kind of sounds like something that was left over that was meant for Brandy.
One song,
and then
turn it up.
and then somebody else said that to me on the phone. They said, I hear Brandy with this album, and I said, it's funny because somebody on Skype said the same thing. So I can't wait to listen to it.
And then Kelly is working with Rodney Jerkins.
And I said that to my friend too. I said, Kelly. I said Kelly and Brandy, they kind of work with the same people, and then Kelly and Brandy are good friends too. So maybe they were together recording.
Turn It Up. I can definitely hear Brandy singing that song. The album, I was really, really impressed. I was going off on Twitter, but we'll talk more about the songs and all of that when I do the solo. I mean, when I do the video. When I do the video for the album.
Do me a favor. Sit down. Your beads are making too much noise, and it's distracting him.
You got an attitude?
No.
Or you can go upstairs. So yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all my least favorite, but I'll tell you my favorite. It has to be Down for Whatever. But it sounds, oh my God, I'm giving a review. It sounds so much like On the Floor and Tonight by Enrique Iglesias. That's the only problem I have with it, but other than that, I love it. But make sure y'all pick up Kelly Rowland's album this Tuesday. I'm going to Twitter blast all Tuesday. All my tweets are going to be about Kelly Rowland, probably for the whole week. So if you don't want to see those tweets,
nope,
you're going to have to unfollow me. Now give me that. She... Go upstairs. Goodbye. Goodbye!
This is what my mom used to tell me. You speak to a child once, any more times after once is an automatic ass whooping. We had to say something to her about 4 times within the less than 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna kick her ass. I don't play with children.
Especially when they don't belong to me.
And the only reason why I ain't popping because that camera was on.
Because that camera is on.
But again, if you want them, you can take them.
Because a lot of y'all seem to always got something to say when we're yelling at them. But if you want them,
come get them.
Come get them.
So basketball wives.
Skip over.
I'm not even worried about Mika and Tamika. I mean, Mika and Tammy. Because Tammy is starting shit, okay, every week.
Yeah, Tammy is kind of starting her, but we have to talk about that because something happened this week
yes,
that we got to
we'll talk about that.
Let's start with Jennifer and Evelyn.
Yes.
Okay?
Evelyn and Jennifer. I love the shade that Jennifer was throwing to Evelyn when Evelyn confronted Jen. Before we talk about that, though. Evelyn.
Okay, go ahead.
Evelyn, whatever problem you have with Jennifer, you should have took it up with Jennifer. I don't think you needed Tammy to bring it up. Like, why are you afraid to confront Jennifer? I don't care how long y'all been friends. If I had a problem with any of my friends, I confront them. I don't have to say, oh, well, you good at bringing stuff up. You do it. And Shawnee trying to mix it all. Shawnee really wanted to see it go down. You know, to put the extra coins in her pocket.
Well, I would have too. I was sitting right there. Just like this, eyes wide open.
And then Evelyn, like I'm not talking to Jen, and you know the vibe was all crazy. So Jennifer was like, well, whatever. So then they finally, get into the confrontation, and Jennifer, what did they say? Like, I say it to your face all the time. So Evelyn is getting real mad. I wanted to know how much Shawnee paid Evelyn to get all mad, because we already knew from last season Jen was not feeling Chad like that, and if you've seen the reunion, it was already shade when they was talking about it, so...
No, but I think that the point that it was being made, because a lot of people were saying that, I think the point that was being made was the fact that how she did it on the radio show. Yes, we all knew that Jennifer didn't like Chad. Yes, we all knew that. But for Jennifer to take it a step farther, and for them to ask her about it on the radio show, and then for her to just say what she was saying, like, okay, yes, she said it on the show, and she said it, and so the world already knew. But I think that once it was said on the show, and once it was said to Evelyn, it shouldn't have been a discussion anymore. You see what I'm saying? Because what should have been said was, that is Evelyn and Chad's relationship. I have nothing to do with that. Or I already spoke to Evelyn about the situation. Evelyn knows how I feel, and I know how she feels, and that's that. Not, oh, I think he's an attention whore and he's that. Cause like Evelyn said, you're supposed to be her close friend. You don't do that to your close friend. You see what I'm saying? Because now, the way she was explaining it to Shorty, like now, I have to worry about if I'm having something, I can't invite my friend because she don't like my husband, and now my husband don't like her. Do you see? So it's, Jennifer should have kept it at a minimum. You don't do that. Like, you don't sit there and let somebody ask you about your best friend's spouse, and then you just go ahead and degrade them like that on the radio show. And then when she was confronted about it, she acted like she didn't know that she did anything that
I don't even remember.
Oh, I don't remember. And then she, well, it's not that, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, Jennifer, what planet are you from?
I just loved it because Evelyn was just blown up and Jennifer was just so calm. Like,
but Jennifer knew, but you know
Jennifer
what?
Jennifer knew she was wrong, but I mean,
Jennifer and Evelyn must have had a conversation off camera, because throughout that episode last week they were throwing some dumb shade at each other. Remember, like they had a little tension at the table at the restaurant before they even started talking about it. I think Evelyn said something and Jennifer said whatever, and then Evelyn was like whatever, and then she got up and walked away. So then I think Evelyn said that she had spoke to Jennifer about it like before, but she didn't go into detail about it. She just said that she heard that she had said something. So they must have already talked about it before, but I guess now, since Evelyn had the evidence in front of her, that's when she really confronted her.
But I just find it so weird that we don't even see Chad and Evelyn together. So how are they like fiancés? And you know, like what the hell are they doing? Like all we seen was them going to the in vitro clinic or whatever, and that was it. So I'm finding it so hard to believe.
The show is not really about him.
I know, but I'm finding it so hard to believe that they are a couple.
No, they are a couple. I mean, Shawnee and that guy is still dating, because I saw them in a picture recently together. And you barely see him. That doesn't mean they're not
probably because Shawnee got kids and Shawnee don't want her business on Basketball Wives. She wants the other girls to get at it. That's why we don't see her like that.
That doesn't make sense, because Evelyn has a daughter too.
But it doesn't matter. Shawnee,
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
No,
they both have kids.
First of all, Royce has kids and she never talks about her kids.
Well, that's because she's not allowed to, because the father does not want her to.
But Shawnee's not going to broadcast her boyfriend on there. The show is not about her. She's more like the mediator, more like the Tyra Banks.
But the show is not about Chad. First of all, Chad came in last season.
Yeah,
the show's not about Chad.
Even though it's not like that's your fiance. I want to see what type of planning y'all doing for y'all wedding, or when are y'all going to get married, and how you know that's the one. Like that's the stuff I want to see.
Because you're newsy.
No, it's not because I'm newsy. It's because they're not, like Evelyn's storyline is just so draining and boring. Like now that we see her and Jennifer, like the show is starting to pick up. It's starting to pick up now.
Well, I'm
just saying.
I don't think twice about. First of all, Chad drains me, because Chad. I will agree with Jennifer. Chad is a little media whore. He's conceited. And I was thinking about this today when I was on my way to church, mind you, because you know I talk to myself. So while I was driving to church, I was thinking about this. I said, you know, Chad and Evelyn actually are good for each other, because they both are conceited and high maintenance, and they both like the attention. So they both are good for each other. I mean, they found each other's match.
Yeah, but you know what? The things that he want her to do, to me, that's just a little...
Like what? What does he want to do?
Like he wants her toes and her feet to always be done.
Well, some guys are like that. Because some guys feel as though their woman is a representation.
Well,
Hello.
Hey,
Rochelle.
Long time no see.
I know, right?
You don't even know us no more. You forgot what we
But
had.
some guys feel as though their woman is a representation of them. Just like a lot of women don't want their men walking out the house looking like shit.
Yeah, but I ain't never, like, it's just weird that he want her nails.
I mean, but he wants his woman to look right.
Nah, she can't do this, she can't do that, girl, bye.
I mean, I don't have a problem with him wanting his woman to look right when she walks out the front door. I don't have a problem with that. Look. Some men are like that.
It doesn't matter if her panties and her bra match to Chad. That's all I want to know.
Well, some men are like that. Some men are like
horrible. That. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's probably why you don't have a man. That's why you don't have a man. Okay. Because anytime your man wants you walking out the house, but let me tell you, my ex didn't like me walking out the house in the table, because they felt like it was a representation of me.
That is too much.
No, it's not too much.
Mikhail.
When you walk in the street,
So wait,
you
but
look
wait.
nice and you look nice, but your boyfriend don't look nice. Come on now, what the
But
fuck?
come on, I never heard of no man worried about how her toes and her nails
Okay,
look.
well then
That's
that
what I
was your
said.
first time.
Doesn't matter.
There are men
if
that's
her-
like that.
It's fucking crazy. The fuck? Anyway, you fucking tried me, Mikhail. I should slap your bald head. Try me.
You
He
can't.
really did. He really did.
Come on, Mikhail.
That was a good
I'm
one.
sorry. That was cute.
But see, we gonna keep it cute.
I mean, I'm single too.
We're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it cute on camera.
I'm
That's
single
all I'm
too.
saying.
I'm single.
Bald headed jokes.
mean, I'm single
So,
too. But hey.
we're gonna end this video talking about the Florida and the welfare situation.
Okay, what?
I'm about to bring this neck, y'all.
Wait, okay, so
That is gonna be the key
Florida
thing
has
of the
this
video.
Florida has this new thing where people who are applying for welfare, they have it mandatory that you have to do a drug test in order for you to apply
Amen.
for welfare. I think it's a good idea because it eliminates a lot of people who are abusing the system, who are on drugs, to not abuse it. Because there are a lot of people out there who need welfare, who are not able to provide for their families the way others are, and then they look for welfare as a relief or as a support, for them. But yet you have people who are ahead of them in line getting these benefits from welfare, and they're shooting up doing drugs, not working. They don't care if they work. Why? Because they're getting money from the government and they're living off the government. It's not right. This one girl wrote me on Twitter. I don't know how true this is because it's kind of hard to believe. But this one girl hit me up on Twitter and she said she knows of someone who's on drugs and they are getting like $4 something from the government or whatever the case may be.
Per child.
I don't know. I didn't get into it because it sounded kind of hard to believe. And then she said her grandmom is getting like $16, and I was like, how is that possible? But she said it's happening. And I'm like, well, that's not right. If it is true, it's not right because there you have too many people out there who feel. We all know these type of people.
And they lazy.
And they're lazy. They don't feel as though they need to get up and work because they feel as though, why do I need to get up and work? And it's like, well, you have to because somebody like me who gets up Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock in the morning, I got to be to work by 8. I got to sit at work from 8 to 4:30, make my money every 2 weeks, get a paycheck, and then half the money in my check is going to government programs like welfare, and then it's being provided for people like you who don't want to get up and work. That's not fair to me. That is not fair to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair to me at all. And you got these people walking around, and I be trying to figure out how do y'all afford Gucci and stuff like that?
I didn't know you could buy Gucci with food stamps, but I heard you get stamps, food stamps, and you get cash too.
Child. Then you got the people who sell the food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of using the food stamps to buy food, they're selling it. It's
For cash.
Okay. You know what? I don't understand. A lot of people didn't think that it was right that Florida was doing this because they were saying that
It is right. Because if you got time to get high, you got time to apply for a motherfucking job.
Okay.
And get off welfare.
Okay.
And not only that, they should also do it with the unemployment too. Because there's some people just living off of unemployment, not trying to look for work, and getting high and do whatever the hell they want to do.
First of all,
you should do it for that too.
And not only that, I don't understand what's a big complaint because you have to take a drug test anytime you apply for a job. Mm-hmm. I mean, all the jobs I've applied for, I've always had to take a drug test. Never had a problem taking it because I don't do drugs. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people felt as though it wasn't right and it's not fair because they feel as though if you're going to subject people to taking drug tests when they apply for welfare, then you need to subject people to take drug tests when they're applying for college grants and loans and things like that. And that's taking it a step further because I think a lot of people know the real reason why. Because some people were saying, oh, well, that makes it seem as though they're trying to make it look as if only people on welfare are people who do drugs. Now, that's not how they're making it seem at all.
But there probably is a lot of people that abuse the
But there
system.
are a lot of people who are on drugs who is abusing the welfare system. And they know that. And they're trying to eliminate that. I don't have a problem with them eliminating something as serious as that. Because it needs to be eliminated. I'm tired of people taking advantage. I'm tired of getting up every damn day, going to work, knowing that money in my check is going to people who like to abuse the system. You know what I'm saying? Why can't somebody give me
but
some
then
money
there's some
back?
people in the government that abuse the system too,
Yeah.
stealing money and all of that.
Yeah, and that's why I feel as though if the government can come up with a solution to eliminate these problems, even though we all know that not all the problems can be eliminated, but if you can take a step forward to eliminate at least one problem, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and I don't have a problem with them giving people drug tests. It doesn't mean that they think that everybody who applies for welfare is on drugs. No, it just means that they know that there are people who is abusing the system. So therefore, we're going to eliminate that by testing and if you don't do drugs, then you shouldn't have a problem with doing a drug test, because you have to take one when you get a job. If some of you who are on welfare know anything about applying for a job,
or can fill out an app right, because girl, there are people that do not fill out applications right, and oh my God, I just be like, oh my God, like, what is going on? I don't know. I want to know, have y'all just seen some horrible job applications? I know I have. Working at Nuts to You, when I was there for a year.
Where did you work at?
When I was at Nuts to You.
Nuts to You.
I've seen horrible applications.
But they
Now,
probably feel as though if they're going to apply for a peanut job, they don't have to be
But
properly
shit,
educated.
take pride in what you have done.
That's
and
true.
Take pride in your history. And make sure that shit is legible. Make sure you spell words correctly. And make sure that it's all filled out correct. Because I heard, growing up, like when I was in high school, I'm making it seem like I'm old. They say applications that are not filled out right are instantly thrown in the trash.
Oh, yes.
And never looked at. Or,
I've seen that done at my job. I've seen that done at my job. If you can't even,
shit is right.
if you can't even spell the city and state that you live in properly, I'm sorry, but they teach you that in elementary school. They teach you that in elementary, and some elementary schools teach you how to spell it backwards, so that you won't forget. Some elementary schools do it. Just like, have you ever been to school where they teach you the ABCs and they make you say it backwards? Some schools do
I
that.
think we did that before too.
Because they want to make sure that you
Have it.
Yeah. My mom, let me tell you something. Every summer, my mom used to make, when we were younger, I don't remember her doing it to my sister, but she did it with me. My mom used to make me write my social security number 100 times on a blank piece of paper.
Oh my God.
So that I would never forget it. Because those are the type of things that are important that you have to teach your kids. A social security number, you can't walk around with your social security
No,
number in your
and I don't
pocket.
understand why
So
people do that.
therefore, you have to make sure you memorize it like you memorize your phone number. So every summer, when I didn't have school, my mom would make me take a blank piece of paper and write my social security number 100 times on a piece of paper until I was able to memorize it. Now, I know it. That's the type of see little things like that you have to do with your kids. Because some parents, the summertime comes, they don't let their kids do no type of schoolwork,
Well, see.
but you have to get them prepared.
Wow, I didn't know nothing about a social security card until I got my first job.
Oh, my mom took me early. She told me very early.
I know my number by heart and all of that.
Yeah,
but
you know it by heart, but
my
I'm
mom's
just
playing.
What is this?
Yeah, no, because you have to. You have to do that. Like, because my mom always said that you can't walk. There's certain personal information things that you're not supposed to walk around with. Because the minute somebody rob you, that's it. They got that information. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for you to try to apply for a new one, even though you can. But it's going to be hard for you to do it. So you
But
have to
they
do
got
that.
the protection and all of that, like Lifeline.
Well, yeah,
Bullshit.
I'm gonna need for you to get away from that. Lifelike and all that type of stuff just came about, Kevin. We're talking about when we were young.
So I want to say thank y'all for watching this video. Mikkel and I should be back together on Wednesday with a new video before I go off to Vegas. So
When do you leave for Vegas?
Thursday morning. I got like a 7 o'clock in the morning flight. So, oh yeah, if you are in Vegas, don't forget, contact me, because I might want to hang out, because I'm going by myself, and that's horrible. I'm going to see the Jabberwockies on Thursday night. Friday, I'm going to go see Zumanity, Cirque du Soleil. Saturday is the Lion King. Sunday is Celine Dion and the Blue Man Group. So I'm going to have a good time out Vegas, and I hope to bump into some of y'all there. And we will talk to y'all later. Peace. I'm tired.
Everybody, I'll call everybody.